you and welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep, the most comprehensive preparation app for all exams. As we all know, daily from Monday to Thursday, 11 a.m. in the morning, we come up with the Hindu analysis. Today is 13th February and we are here with the Hindu analysis of 13th February. Am I audible, guys? अगर मेरी आवाज आ रही है, just write in the comments, yes sir, you're audible, so that we can start our session. So today is 13th February Monday. आज 13 फरवरी मंडे है और आज हम लोग important articles जानेंगे the Hindu newspaper की. So let's start. The first is this is a very important article. Former Supreme Court judge among 6 new governors appointed. So that is why it was very much in the news, and this is the most important article of today. This is also not that much important. 4G in India, in name only, data needles stutter in gray spots in India. So just go and read it. But this one is very important. Now there's a question for you before moving on. The question is, who among the following appoints the governor of a state? Your options are the chief minister of that state, the prime minister of India, the president of India, the chief justice of India. Your time starts now. State का governor कौन appoint करते हैं? I'm waiting for the answers. Yes, I hope you all are aware of that. The right answer is option 3. Yeah, option C, President of India is the right answer to this question. So it is the President of India. If you read Article 155, it clearly states appointment of governors. The governor of a state shall be appointed by the President by warrant under his hand and seal. Yes, the right answer is C. Hafiz Ibrahim, Priya Chavan, Khushi, Learning Star with Adya, you all are right. C is the right answer. Savita Verma, you all are right. Although actually it is appointed on the advice of Council of Ministers. So it is not the president who himself decides, who himself or herself decides, but it is on the advice of Council of Ministers. So here you can say advice of Council of Minister mostly actually means the advice of the Prime Minister. Although we use the word Council of Ministers, but for all practical purpose, it is the Prime Minister who advises. Okay, so we use the word aid and advice of the Council of Minister, the President works and all. Hai? So C is the right answer. Yes, Amulya Raj, you have answered the article as well. Yes, Jayakri, you all are right. C is the right answer to this question. Now, there's another question. Which among the following retired Supreme Court judge has been appointed as the governor of Andhra Pradesh? Your options are Justice Ranjan Gogoi, Justice Sharad Arvind Bobde, Justice Ashok Bhushan, Justice S. Abdul Nazir. Your time starts now. Recently, I think he got retired, and after that, the government has decided to appoint him as the governor of Andhra Pradesh, the former judge of Supreme Court. So the right answer to this question is option D, Justice Syed Abdul Nazir. So option 4 or option D is the right answer to this question. That is why it was very much in the news. Justice Nazir retired, was part of the bench that delivered the verdict on demonetization, Ayodhya, privacy as well. So he was a part of an important judgments like demonetization. Yes, very good. Many people have answered. Hafiz Ibrahim, Jayakri, Priya Chavan, Zoya, Shiv, Amolya, you are right. So Justice Abdul Nazir was part of the bench which passed an order related to demonetization, then Ayodhya, then right to privacy, then I think triple talaq also. So these were the judgments, important famous judgments in which he was the part of it. So that is why he is actually very important. So just have an idea. Then other appointed governors like Lieutenant General Parnaik, LP Acharya, CP Radhakrishnan, SP Shukla, GC Kataria. So these are actually the 6 new entrants into the sorry, not Raj Sabha, I mean as the governor's office, the new governors of the different states. So you can see it here. So that is why especially Justice Abdul Nazir, because he was a former Supreme Court judge, and that is why he has taken the charge of the governor of Andhra Pradesh from 13th February, that is today. Okay. Yes. Yes, there are a lot of criticism as well. So we are not going into that. So if you are interested, you can read. There is a very famous statement of Arun Jaitley, which might be given asked in exam. Because Arun Jaitley was a very famous BJP leader. He had written this key. Pre-retirement judgments are influenced by post-retirement jobs. So this was said by Arun Jaitley, late Arun Jaitley. Maybe they may ask, because it comes in the news again and again whenever a former judge of Supreme Court is appointed at a position. This Arun Jaitley's statement is widely circulated. Honorable Arun Jaitley was the former ex-finance minister of India, and he is no more right now, so just have an idea about it. Maybe they can ask these questions, so just have an idea. Okay, now we are not going in those criticism as well, because that you are supposed to read your own. What are the reshuffle of governors in 13 states? So I have told you we are seeing the appointment of 6 new governors, but yes, some transfers have also happened. Okay. So that is why in total we can say we will be having 13 new governors. I mean, in 13 states we'll be seeing the new faces as actually the governor. Okay, what is the name of the actually bhavan which is actually called as governor's house? Like we have Rashtrapati Bhavan. So Rashtrapati Bhavan is actually what? Is president's house, right? So what do we call governor's house? Can anyone tell me? There's a Hindi word for that, and that word is called as Raj Bhavan. Raj Bhavan is actually considered as governor's official house and residence and all. So just have an idea, because they may be asking this. Okay. Okay, there's a request. Everyone, please press the like button. We are seeing 6 likes, 14 is watching. So सबको like button press कर दो. Everyone, please press the like button, guys. Okay. Yes. Then this is an article, not very important. Just go and read your own. 4G name only data needles stutter in gray spots in India. So just go and read it. So 4G is yet not very effective, and also that is an article. No need to go in detail. Yes, Raj Bhavan कहते हैं Amulya Raj. Very good. Now there's a question because there was an article based on it on the first page. Who among the following was the founder of Arya Samaj? Your options are Rajaram Mohan Rai, Dayanand Saraswati, Jyotiba Phule, Bhimrao Ambedkar. Your time starts now. आपको बताना है कि आर्य समाज के फाउंडर का नाम क्या है. On the first page, actually his name was mentioned, and that is why I am telling you. Yes, Shiv is right. Very good. B is the right answer, or option 2 is the right answer. Dayanand Saraswati is the right answer to this question. ठीक है. So Maharshi Dayanand removed evils falsely attributed to religion, says PM Modi, kicking off the 2-year celebration commemorating Maharshi Dayanand Saraswati's 200th birth anniversary. So just have an idea. So actually this is his 200th birthday, Dayanand Saraswati's birthday. So that is why it was in the news. And he said the Arya Samaj founder moved all events falsely and all. So that is why the word Arya Samaj is being mentioned here. Yes, Zoya Khan, Hafiz Ibrahim, Priya Chavan, Amulya Raj. Yes, Zoya Khan, he used the word back to Vedas. Yes, right. So that is what is being discussed. Now, since we are talking about Dayanand Saraswati, there's a question for you again from the same topic. What is the name of the book written by Dayanand Saraswati? Your options are Anand Math, Satya Prakash, Precept of Jesus, none of the above. Your time starts now. Yes, the right answer to this question is option 2 or option B. Satya Prakash is the right answer to this question. So can anyone tell me the writer of the book in option 1? Who is the writer of this book? Anand Math. And who is the writer of the book Precept of Jesus? I'm waiting for the answers. Yes, Rashmi Kant, Learning Star, Shiv, Zoya, Priya Chavan, Amulya Raj, you all were right. Dayanand Saraswati has written a book, and the name of that book is Satya Prakash. Anand Math is a book written by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. And from here, a very famous actually song, or what we call it as national song, has been actually taken from here. Vande Mataram is taken from the same book. Anand Math. Okay. Vande Mataram. Okay. Yes. Very good, Amulya Raj. And Precept of Jesus has been written by, I think, Rajaram Mohan Rai, as far as I could remember. Okay. So these are basic facts from GK, but yes, from history. But yes, since these are in the news, they can ask it, especially this option 2. So B is the right answer. Yes, Amulya Raj, Manjudar Rahman, Learning Star with Adya. Yes, you all are right. Anand Math has been written by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. So here the answer to this question is actually option 2, Satya Prakash. So just have an idea. So you can see on the Wikipedia page, it is actually written here also. So he was born on 12th February 1824. So if you add 200 years, it will become 2023. So I mean 2024 will be the 2023. 12th December was the 200th birthday, है ना? Because we count the year in which he was born as well, है ना? तो उस तरह से 200 ऐड करते हैं ना? So actually he was the founder of Arya Samaj, and he wrote a book called as Satya Prakash. And he was the first to give the call for Swaraj as India for Indians in 1876, later taken up by Lokmanya Tilak also. And it is said he denounced idol worshipping and ritualistic worshipping. This is what actually is written in the Wikipedia, but please verify it. I'm not sure about it. Denounced मतलब होता है कि criticized or rejected. But please check it whether this fact is correct or not. Okay, so go and find out. Yes, he gave the idea of go back to Vedas. Go back to Vedas. That is what he said. So yes. Okay. So let's move on further. First page में एक और article थी. This was actually quite interesting, and this says कि Ambedkar's letter of resignation as law minister missing from records. So actually, what happened was someone was filed actually in RTI, right to information, and he or she, wanted to get the copy of the resignation letter of Bhim Rao Ambedkar. So Bhim Rao Ambedkar was the first law minister of India. But he resigned on 11th October 1951 because of some reason. Okay, he resigned. And so the case arises out of a petition filed under RTI seeking a certified copy of Ambedkar's resignation, which was accepted by the then president. So someone filed a petition, RTI, that I need the photocopy or the printout or the exact copy of the resignation letter given by Bhim Rao Ambedkar, who was the law minister. So he gave the resignation letter to president in 11th October 1951. But actually they could not find it. So बहुत सर्च किया गया but वो मिला नहीं actually. So that is how it is, you can say we could not find it. Is missing from the official record. So despite extensive search in constitutional affairs section, the document could not be located. तो building में जाके search किया गया तो नहीं मिला जैसा बताया जा रहा है. ठीक है, so that is why it was in the news. So just go and find out Bhim Rao Ambedkar was the first law minister. Why did he resign? क्यों resign किया था? So go and find out these reasons. Yes, Rashmikant, Rajaram Mohan Rai founded Brahmo Samaj. Brahmo Sabha. Right. Okay, before moving on, guys, those who are preparing for CLAT 2024 in December 2023, this exam is going to happen. So we are providing this session with 300 plus recorded videos, 300 plus hours of live session, 35 plus mock test. If you have any query, call in this number. And if you want this course at a cheaper rate, the only option is you can go for this scholarship test. So on 19th February at 11 AM in the morning, we'll be having a scholarship test. Up to 90% of scholarship will be provided on our preparation program. So if you are able to actually qualify this, you will get up to 90% of scholarship. So please save the date, 19th February, 11 AM. Okay, yes. Okay, now let's talk about editorials. So these are the 4 editorials. This one is actually the most important one of today. The spirit of the law lies in the dissenting judgment. So what do you mean by dissenting judgment? So dissent means the opposite to the general view, right? So we use a general opinion. If someone is giving an opposite opinion, that is called as dissent. Now let's say there's a judgment where a 5-judge bench actually passed an order and there is 4:1. So this one judgment will be dissenting, or 3:2. So the minority judgment are generally considered as, let's say there's a 7-judge bench and 5:2 happened. So 2 are opposing it, 2 judges. So that is actually the dissenting judgment or minority judgment. So that is what the author is talking now. So in which article or which actually topic the author is referring to, that you are supposed to understand it. इसमें आपको ये समझना है कि कौन सी चीज पर मतलब किस चीज पर बात हो रही है. So let's talk about it. This is talking about Dawoodi Bohra's excommunication case. Now this is actually the article which was in the news, I think few days back. Excommunication in Dawoodi Bohra community. Supreme Court refers the case to 9-judge bench. A 5-judge bench led by Sanjay Kishan Kaul was dealing with the question. So it has actually sent this to a 9-judge bench. So 9-judge bench will be deciding this excommunication in Dawoodi Bohra community. Now what do you mean by that? I will be explaining in a simple way. You will understand. Raj Ronier, because I have week offs as well and other works. Yes, we teach for paid sessions as well. Okay, the Constitution Bench of Supreme Court on 10th February referred to the larger bench of 9 judges, a series of petitions challenging the authority of Dawoodi Bohra community leaders to excommunicate the leaders. Now, first of all, you have to understand what is Dawoodi Bohra community. So Dawoodi Bohra is a community, it's a Muslim community which actually lives in the western region of India. I mean this region. Okay, so this region actually includes Rajasthan, Gujarat, and here is Maharashtra. Okay. So you will find a Dawoodi Bohra community mostly living in this region of Rajasthan, Gujarat, and Maharashtra. So Bohras are actually Muslim community belonging to this region mostly. And in fact, recently it was in the news because yes, on 10th February, hardly 2-3 days back, PM Modi was also actually there in Maharashtra. And he says, "I'm your family," says PM Modi after inaugurating Dawoodi Bohra Community's Arabic Academy in Mumbai. So you can see it here. This is PM Modi. And I think he is perhaps one of the leader of Dawoodi Bohra community. Bohra community members in foreign lands can act as brand ambassador of Shining India, says PM Modi. तो आप देख सकते हैं, the chief minister of Maharashtra, that deputy chief minister of Maharashtra as well. So that is what he's saying. कि recently PM Modi जो है वो दाऊदी बोहरा कम्युनिटी के किसी फंक्शन में भी गए थे अरबिक एकेडमी के इनॉग्रेशन में. So just have an idea about it. Dawoodi Bohra community is a Muslim community living in this region. अब देखो इसमें क्या है, excommunication case. What do you mean by excommunication? ये आपको समझना है. Now देखो excommunication you are supposed to understand in this way. जैसे होता है ना boycott करना, जैसे we use the word sometimes boycott. So if someone does not follows the rule of their community, then the leader of that community will actually excommunicate, and or you can say they will declare कि he or she is not a part of Dawoodi Bohra community. So that is called as excommunication. यानी उनको एक तरह से कह दिया जाएगा कि अगर आप ये सारे रूल्स नहीं फॉलो कर रहे हैं तो आप हमारे रिलीजन के या हमारे कम्युनिटी के पार्ट नहीं है. तो इट्स समथिंग लाइक दैट, है ना. सो यस, why the argument is because it violates Maharashtra Protection of People from Social Boycott Prevention Prohibition Redressal Act. So you cannot boycott someone or something like that, because a person has his own right of following the religious religion under Article 25-26. I hope you are aware of this. But 60-year-old, there was a judgment, Sardar Sayyidina Tahfar Saifuddin, so versus State of Bombay case, in which actually the Supreme Court 60 years back in 1962 upheld this practice of excommunication कि it is fine. पहले कहा था कि ठीक है, लेकिन हाँ कहा था ना कि held that religious faith and tenets of Dawoodi Bohra community gave its religious heads the power of excommunication under Article 26. But now, since this is an old 5-judge bench, so a 5-judge bench order cannot be overruled by a 5-judge bench, and ऐसा possible नहीं, बड़ी bench बनाना होगा. Either you have to make a 7-judge bench or 9-judge bench, है ना. That is why the Supreme Court has sent it to a larger bench to find out whether the previous judgment needs to be overruled or not. इसलिए बड़ी बेंच में भेजा गया है, अगर जरूरत पड़े तो उसको ओवरटर्न किया जाए कि नहीं, इसीलिए. ठीक है. So the old judgment is Sardar Sayyidina Tahir Saifuddin versus State of Bombay case. So this is an old case related with excommunication of Dawoodi Bohra community. The court with yes, तो वो dissenting judgments का कुछ कोर्ट वगैरह कर रहे हैं. ठीक है. So we are not going very much in detail because otherwise let's see the judgment will come out. अब देखो एक और चीज जो आर्ग्यूमेंट उठता है कि क्या like similar to Sabrimala case. So can judiciary intervene in religious matters and all? है ना? So in many cases actually Supreme Court has said कि only in essential matters the judiciary can come and protect. So that is what they have said. But actually the word essential is quite vague because it depends upon circumstances as well. So there are cases where judiciary has intervened in religious matters. For example, yes, the author is talking about Sabrimala case. I hope you are aware of Sabrimala temple issue. So it's a temple in Kerala. So where actually so the argument was whether a female between I think 15 to 50 years of age were actually not allowed to enter inside this temple. So now there was a judgment. I mean, people filed a petition that it is against Article 14, equality before law, etc. So just have an idea about it because that would be actually very important to understand it. But Sabrimala actually, so last I think in 2018 it was very much in the news as far as I could remember. And actually the similar cases here as well. ठीक है ना judiciary intervening, should judiciary intervene in religious matters or not and all. So that is a huge debate. Like once in Tandav dance case, the judiciary intervened. So there are cases in the past where judiciaries have intervened, Supreme Court have intervened in the religious matters and all. So the lot of criticism do happen from both the sides. A lot of arguments are there from both the sides. Article 26, which recognizes rights of religious domination, begins with a dictate that subject to order, morality, and public health. Yes, so that is what the author is using this language, saying that Article 26 talk about this. Subject to means freedom to manage religious affairs does not mean that whatever you want you can do. There are some restrictions. So public order, morality, and health are the reasonable restrictions. So managing your religious affairs does not actually mean you have unlimited right. So there are some restrictions as well. So let's see. Let's wait for the judgment of Supreme Court related to the excommunication of Dawoodi Bohra community. So what the judgment will be coming. So I have explained in a simple way. There's a request. Everyone, please press the like button. We are seeing 9 likes. 17 is watching. So सबको like button press करते जाओ. Now there's the recent actually data which came. NSO comes up with a very famous National Statistical Office. इसको पढ़ लेना, because this office releases the GDP data and IIP data, Index of Industrial Production. ठीक है. So ये data's numbers बस percentage नहीं याद रखना. No need to remember, because this keeps on changing. 6 months later there would be new percentage. So you are not supposed to remember that. What you are supposed to know is who comes up with this data. Index of Industrial Production data is released by which organization? So the answer is NSO, National Statistical Office. Similarly, NSO comes up with the GDP data and all. So you are supposed to know these terms and all. Now there's a homework. Go and find out NSO comes under which ministry. So these are the homework. Okay. You are supposed to find out. Find out करो कि ये कौन से मंत्रालय के अंडर में आता है. ठीक है. Okay. Now the next is, yes, mining, manufacturing, electricity are the most important parameters taking into account mining, manufacturing, electricity while calculating IIP, Index of Industrial Production. Yes. So everyone, please press the like button. सबको like button press करते जाओ. India US space cooperation from handshake to hug. It means actually he is referring to India US space cooperation. From handshake to hug का मतलब होता है कि we are moving much closer to each other as far as space cooperation is concerned. So he is talking about the Artemis mission first. Recently NASA has launched Artemis mission related, which is actually a moon mission or a lunar mission. You can use this language word, lunar mission. So please go and read it. This is very, very important. Artemis mission is very, very important. In fact, I'll be teaching these things in paid classes, but you are supposed to know about it. Please go and read it. What is Artemis mission of NASA? It is important because recently it was very much in the news. Last year, 16th November, the first mission of Artemis 1 was launched. So what is the purpose of it? Then there is Orion capsule. Go and read about it. Yes. Now let's ask a question. What is so special about Gaganyaan mission? Your questions are India's first manned mission, India's first moon mission, India's first solar mission, India's first mission on GSLV Mark III. Your time starts now. Yes, the right answer to this question is India's first manned mission. So which perhaps will be launched in 2024, right? And yes, Shiv, right, very good. So the Gaganyaan human space flight program hopes to sustain India's human presence in space for the long term, etc. and all. I hope you all are aware of this. Yes, Savita Verma, Learning with Star, Anas Ali, Abolia, Rashmikant, Jayakari, you all are right. So Gaganyaan will be India's first manned mission. So that is what the author is talking about. Now, US has highest number of registered satellites in space. Of course, yes. So most number of satellites, registered satellites will be from, highest will be from USA, of course. The American private sector has also assumed the challenge of replacing International Space Station by 2030. Yes. There's a homework. Go and read what is International Space Station. So by 2030, the American private companies have decided actually to replace it. Now, as far as space sector is concerned, in USA, there is not only US government, that is NASA agency is responsible. But there are other private players which are playing a lot of roles, like SpaceX. Have you heard about this? Then I think something called as Blue Origin. Please check it. I could remember, like it's from Amazon, Jeff Bezos' company. SpaceX is very famous private space company from Tesla. So even the private players are also very much active in the space sector in USA. But if you see in India, you will find mostly ISRO is playing the role. But yes, in recent years, we have actually allowed, since 2020, we have allowed some private sectors to venture. But still, ISRO is playing a larger role in it. We do not have a company like SpaceX in India. I mean, they are actually budding companies, not at par with this. But we hope that, yes, it will be. So the India has 60 satellites in the space and all. That is what it is being talking about. Now, there is a very interesting mission which is being mentioned in this passage, in this article actually, talking about NESAR mission. So it is a joint mission of NASA and European Space Agency, NASA and ISRO, ISRO and European Space Agency, ISRO and Roscosmos. Your time starts now. Yes, Elon Musk की company है SpaceX. Yes, Hafiz Ibrahim. So NESAR is a mission of option 2, NASA and ISRO. Now, I'll tell you, it was a very easy question. The headline ही भी लिखा हुआ था. The headline of this article says India-US Space Cooperation. It means I must be talking about India-US cooperation. India-US cooperation means USA is NASA and India is ISRO and India's space mission. Yes. Yes, Rashmikant Oja, right. Good. So the right answer is here. B is the right answer. Rashmikant, Priya, Chavan, Savita, Learning Star, you all are right. So NESAR full form is NASA ISRO Synthetic Aperture Radar. So N say NASA, I say ISRO Synthetic Aperture Radar. Yes. So in fact, you must be knowing it. This is a, this has not been launched, but it is a future mission. And we hope that it will, in the future, it will be launched. Post radars imaging satellite to use dual frequencies and also just have an idea about it. Okay, yes. Now let's move on to another article inside. So there was an article after 10 days of talks with Pakistan government and IMF delegation left Islamabad without a concluding statement. I hope you are aware. So Pakistan's economy is in a very bad shape. And because of which actually Pakistan is asking for loans and help from IMF. So actually IMF officials came to Pakistan, but they left it without any concluding statement. So they did not have actually any conclusion. And that is why perhaps they will not be getting any funds and all. Cash-strapped Pakistan fails to reach a deal with IMF for bailout funds. So that is what it was in the news 2 days back. And that is, you must be knowing it. So go and read about IMF, International Monetary Fund. Where is the headquarter? Who is the president or chairperson? Who is the first deputy managing director? She is actually from India. Okay, so these are important ones you are supposed to know. So then the author is talking about there is an economic distress, power blackouts is happening. So the electricity problem shortage is there. Okay, so the Pakistani rupee is falling, foreign exchange reserve is also falling, and the inflation is very high. महंगाई काफी ज़्यादा है, foreign exchange reserve गिर रहा है, पाकिस्तान का रूपी कमजोर हो रहा है. So these are the things which are actually in the news, which are actually a sign of bad economy. So the foreign exchange reserve has fallen below $3 billion, which is very less. So it's extremely less. And in fact, I think India's is $563 billion or something like that. So they're actually, yes, first deputy managing director is Geeta Gopinath. Very good. Rashmikant Oja, Zoya Khan, right? So that is what is being talked about. While import dependency, low export competitiveness, as poor fiscal management are proximate reasons. So they are saying ki yes. So the reasons for the economic crisis is first is import dependency. So they are very much dependent on import. They are not manufacturing in their own country. Low export competitiveness. They are not promoting the export. And fiscal management is not effective. They keep on taking a lot of loans and all. That is what the idea is, because of which their economy is not in a good shape and all. There are a lot of other reasons. We are not supposed to go very much in detail about Pakistan's economy, but have a basic idea, because yes, of course, it was in the news. Either I would say that you should have an idea about IMF. So after the class is over, go and read about IMF, International Monetary Fund. Yes, headquarters is in Washington, DC. Very good, Priya Chavan. Good. Now, on the opposite page, at the second half, there was an article, services firm on recovery path, manufacturing is still a concern. So this is actually the Indian economy talking about. So I hope you are aware there is primary sector related with agriculture, secondary sector related actually mostly with manufacturing, and tertiary sector related with service sector. Now, so it is saying that manufacturing is still a concern. It means it is still actually not recovering as it should be. I mean, why we are using the word recovery? Because of course, due to COVID, the things went down and now we are actually coming up back. So that is why we are using the word recovery. So services are recovering. That is the tertiary sector is good as far as recovering is concerned, but manufacturing is still a concern. It is still not at the pre-pandemic level, or you can say not as good as it should be. जितना होना चाहिए उतना अच्छा अभी भी manufacturing नहीं. So go and read about it. Just have an idea. फिर एक text and context में there was an article about the appointing Justice Victoria Gowdy. So he's actually a lawyer in Madras High Court, and she was elevated as a judge, additional judge in Madras High Court. And there were a lot of actually things associated with it, why it was in the news. We have already discussed in the few classes back, there were some allegations against her of hate speech and all. So that is why it was very much in the news. So go and read it. We have already seen. So please watch the 7th, 8th, 9th February, the Hindu analysis. You will get to know more about it from there. Okay. Now this is another article, the demand for a greater Tipra land by Tipra Motha. Yes. What is Tipra land? So they are demanding a separate state, a large separate state, and that is called as Tipra land. Just have an idea about it. So there is actually a alliance, Tipra Indigenous Progressive Regional Alliance, which is an alliance in Tripura. And this is floated by Pradyut Bikram Manikya Debarma, the son of the Tripura's last king. So they are actually demanding for greater Tipra land in the northeast. So yes, under Article 2 and 3, the new states can be formed. So they are demanding that there should be a new state that needs to be formed, and that's called as greater Tipra land. Okay. So you can see this is Tripura. Let me show you the northeastern region. This is northeast. This one is actually Tipra land. Tripura, sorry. This is Tripura. And somewhere here they are demanding Tipra land. Perhaps that would be slightly larger. I don't know the exact map. Please go and find out. But they want a separate state type thing called as Tipra land, something like this. So इसको पढ़िएगा आप. So go and read about it this on Wikipedia. You will get to know more about it. Now there is an article, Indo-US unmanned aerial vehicle to be flight tested this year. Now what is UAV, unmanned aerial vehicle? So this is actually related with drones. Okay. So this will be flight tested this year. That is what. So Indo-US together will be making this perhaps. है ना? Developed jointly by India and USA. So this will be developed. UAV means nothing but drones, you can understand. Drones, I hope you are aware. I don't need to explain much. What is drones? So go and read it, just have an idea. Then we will be having 4 new Chief Justice of High Courts and 2 will be retiring in February. So although 4 new Chief Justices will be provided, but in the same month, in the same February month, 2 of them will retire. So just see, Justice Sandeep Mehta will be the Chief Justice of Guwahati High Court. Justice N. Koteshwar Singh would be the Chief Justice of Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh High Court. Justice Sonia Girdhar would be the Chief Justice of Gujarat High Court. So these are some of the names. Just have an idea. Justice Sabina is the acting Chief Justice of Himachal High Court and all. So itna naam nahi yaad rakhna because it keeps on changing. So you are not supposed to remember the name. But I have just shown you here. Now, एक page number 14 में on the world page there was an article talking about China planning Aksai Chin railway line to connect Tibet and Xinjiang. So that is an important one. So where do you find Aksai Chin? So this region, I hope you are aware. So this is an illegally occupied region by China, and also this is called as Aksai Chin. So they are planning actually to make perhaps the railway something like this. So that is why, of course, it is a serious concern for India. The line will broadly follow the course of etc. and all Xinjiang Tibet highway. So Xinjiang is perhaps something like this. So somewhere here they will be going like this, passing through. I'm just making a rough sketch. So something like that would be there. So here is Xinjiang, and this is Tibet, and this is Aksai Chin. So perhaps they will be passing like this and all. So that is why it was in the news. So go and read it. LAC that will run close to the LAC, they are saying ki. So this is LAC, line of actual control. We have discussed it so many times. So that is what is being discussed here. Okay. So this will be a network of 4,000 kilometers by 2025, up from 1,400 kilometers. So this will be a network of 4,000 kilometer long railway line. By 2025, they are planning to make it. So please go and read it, because of course these are important ones. So this is all about today's class. Please subscribe to our channel, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Telegram, and download the BYJU'S exam prep app. Thank you everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.